There are some stories you hear, and they stay with you long after the lights are off. This is one of those stories. In the quiet city of Calabar, inside an old mission house that most people had forgotten, something began to happen. Something strange, unsettling, and impossible to explain. People called it the Crying Statue. And if it were just ordinary tears, no one would be afraid. But this was different. Much different. It began on a rainy evening. Sister Margaret, the caretaker of the mission house, was cleaning the hallway when she noticed something odd. The wooden statue of a young girl, standing in the prayer room, had a small drop of water sliding down its cheek. She assumed it was rainwater. But the statue was inside, and there were no leaks in the roof. Confused, she wiped the face dry. Seconds later, another tear slowly appeared. This time she froze. The room was cold. Too cold. She backed out of the room, locked the door, and refused to enter again. The first witness, 1:40 to 2:40. 2 nights later, at around 2:15 a.m. The night guard, Onyekachi, was doing his routine patrol. He suddenly heard a faint sound. Soft, shaky, like a child crying into a pillow. The sound was coming from the same prayer room. He pushed the door open and stepped inside. Nothing moved. But when he shined his flashlight on the statue, he saw its entire face was wet, as if someone had been crying for hours. He turned to leave, and just before the door closed, he heard a whisper behind him. "Help me." He never forgot that voice. Within days, strange things began to happen. Anyone who touched the statue, even by accident, fell sick within 24 hours. A little boy playing around the room brushed the statue's hand. That evening, he was shivering uncontrollably. A carpenter fixing the window near the statue barely grazed it. His hand went numb and cold as ice. Doctors had no explanation. No infection, no fever. Just sudden, unexplained weakness. Fear grew in the mission house. The priest instructed everyone. No one goes near that room. But that wasn't the end of it. A local historian heard the rumors and visited the site. He explained that the statues would came from a sacred tree. A tree that legends claimed could hold the spirit of someone who died with deep pain or injustice. He believed the statue represented a young girl, wrongly accused of a crime long ago. The mission house was built on the land where she was said to have died. "If a spirit is restless," he said quietly, "it searches for the nearest vessel." Whether the story was true or not, no one could say. But the statue seemed to react, as if something inside it was alive. One night, around 12:40 a.m., 4 people in the mission house were awakened by loud banging. Boom! 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 It came from the statue room. When they opened the door, a freezing gust of air rushed out. Their breath turned white in front of them. Something impossible in Calabar's warm night. And then they saw it. The statue was crying again. But this time the tears were red. Red like diluted blood. Slowly, very slowly. Its head tilted downward, as if ashamed or mourning. No one touched it. No one even breathed. Then, in a soft voice, they all heard, "You cannot bury the truth." The lights flickered. A sharp crack echoed, and the statue's right hand snapped off and fell to the floor. The next morning, the priest blessed the entire building, burning incense and praying over every corner. After that, the tears stopped. The cries ceased. The room returned to normal. But the detached statue hand, which should have decayed quickly, remained fresh for months, as if the wood was still alive. Visitors spoke of a heavy feeling inside the room, like someone unseen was watching. Some claimed they saw the shadow of a young girl moving down the hallway. Others swore that at night, if you listened closely, you could hear a faint voice whisper, "Why?" Today, the crying statue is locked away in a wooden case, sealed from public view. But people in Calabar still talk about it, quietly, cautiously, as if the story itself still holds power. Because when different people, from different places, over many years, tell the same story, something is there. And that is the mystery of the Crying Statue of Calabar. Like, share, comments and follow for more.